This fight's not as good as I thought it'd be. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist to the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Kill La Kill Episode 9. Now, this episode is mostly the fight between Ryuko and Gamagori, but there are a few exceptions to this. We start off with a couple of them. First, we learn the order that they are going to fight, the four elites. We learn the order that they're going to fight Ryuko in. First, it's going to be Gamagori, then it's going to be Inamuta, then it's going to be Nonon, then it's going to be Sanagayama. Before they actually get the fight started, though, they decide to put it on hold so that Mikisugi can talk to Ryuko. And that conversation has to be important. Otherwise, they wouldn't have pushed back the fight just to put that there. Because other than that conversation, nothing was accomplished. It was just Ryuko and Mikisugi talking, and then the fight starts. So for them to delay the fight, that talk had to have been worth putting in. You know? And what he ended up telling her was that she can't beat the four elites one after another. And that's true. She can't beat all four of them back to back to back to back. She can't do that. You know, all of them are incredibly OP. However, because it's set up for her to fight all four, then we know that she's going to lose right away, which isn't really fair because they've been built up to a point where they don't deserve to lose their very first legitimate fight. You know, they deserve to. The way they're doing this is that they're building these guys up, and the very first time we see them in a legitimate fight, they lose. So then it ruins their credibility. And it doesn't matter if it's against Ryuko or not. It doesn't change the fact that their first legitimate fight is a loss. And that instantly impacts our opinion of them. So, because of how everything is set up with Ryuko fighting for them, we knew that at the very least, Gamagori was going to lose. And that's really disappointing. Because, like I said, they don't deserve to lose their first legitimate fights. And the sad part is Houka, Inamuta, he's probably going to lose too. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want him to lose. I think he's one of the coolest of the four elites. He's the most mysterious one, the one we've seen the least of. So I think that I thought that he should be the one to defeat Ryuko. Out of all of them, he should be the one to do it. But now that he's going second, I'm not so sure. You know, I think she'll pull this thing where she beats the first guy, then she just barely beats the second guy, then she loses to the third person. And you see it every once in a while in tournament style things. Like for instance, it happened once in Yu Yu Hakusho in the Dark Tournament with Kurama. He won the first fight, won the second fight, then he lost. So that's what I'm expecting here. I expect Ryuko to lose to Nonon, especially since we've already seen Sanagayama fight Ryuko. And we saw him destroy Ryuko the second time at least. The way he is now, he should be able to destroy Ryuko. So, yeah, I don't think it would be wise to have him fight her yet again. You know, this close. 3 fights in the span of a few episodes doesn't really seem like it would be the smart thing to do. So I think that Nonon will be the one to defeat Ryuko. Either that, or they'll just pull some type of thing where the event just kind of collapses, and there ends up being no one who defeats Ryuko, and she escapes, and something happens. But if they do stick to the plan, then Ryuko will probably be defeated by Nonon and Jakuzure. But knowing all of this, the episode is kind of disappointing, because I'm watching this fight between Gamagori and Ryuko, and I know the entire time that he's going to lose. So no matter what kind of move he pulls off, I know it's going to be pointless, because she's just going to win in the end. And even though the episode, keep in mind, I'm saying it's disappointing, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that I personally didn't enjoy it as much as I could have. But that doesn't mean it's a bad episode, not in the slightest. But even though I was disappointed with the episode overall, there were some enjoyable parts. Like, for instance, there's this funny scene in the beginning where the fight starts, and Gamagori, he's just standing there, and Ryuko's just standing there, giving him this stupid look, like she's trying to be tough or something. And they're just standing there. He's like, what are you doing? Are you going to? Aren't we supposed to fight? And Ryuko says that, she knows that if she attacks him, he's just going to send an attack back at her that has the combined strength of all the time she hit him. He's going to use Mirror Coat or Reflect. Reflect. Oh, not Reflect. What is it? It's a Pokemon move. One's Mirror Counter. There you go. Counter. Mirror Coat or Counter. That's what Gamagori's going to use. Counter. And so she just decides she's going to stand there because that'll accomplish something. But the funny part comes with what happens next. Gamagori. These like tentacle vine whip things come out and they just start slapping him. And he says, even if no one disciplines me, I discipline myself. I punish myself and bring myself to a climax. So that actually got me to laugh. That was pretty funny. And after he starts punishing himself, he goes into his second form, his other regalia, the Scourge regalia, and he starts attacking Ryuko, and she hits the ground. And there's like a few scenes actually where he's literally just spanking her with his whips. So that was pretty funny. And in addition to that, I thought it was, when he's in his Shaku regalia form, the first one, the defensive one, we can see that it's gagged at the mouth. But I thought that was just for show. I didn't realize that in the inside of the uniform, he was actually gagged himself. So seeing that was kind of funny. But in the beginning of this review, I mentioned how there were a few scenes that weren't the fight. The last one comes here. It's with a flashback with Ira fighting Satsuki, and we kind of just learned about his resolve. He goes to fight Satsuki, and he tells her he knows he can't beat her, but he's going to fight her anyway. This is because he believes that she can't beat him either, because that's how strong his resolve is. He wants to teach her that force alone isn't enough to get what she wants all the time. There will be some people who just won't kneel down to her just because she tries to use force, and he wants to prove that to her by example, pretty much, and he fights her to show her that he won't kneel down to her. And it gets to the point where even though he's wearing this metal armor, even though Satsuki is able to break through the armor, he still doesn't kneel down to her. He takes her own sword sheath and uses it to like prop himself up. That way his knees never touch the ground and he technically never bows down to her and kneels before her and stuff. So by doing that, he kind of he gains her favor. And that's when Gamagori starts to follow Satsuki. She requests that he follow her and everything. But after that, it really is just a fight. And the fight is mediocre. It's not bad, but it's not good either. And it's because the choreography of the fight, it's just nothing special. There's this one scene where, towards the beginning, where Gamagori has his whips out, and we zoom out, and we see the entire stage. And we see Gamagori standing there. We just see all these whips going everywhere. And Riko's just going along in a circle around the stage. And it's like, am I supposed to think this is a good fight? She's just like going around this. And instead of pushing her off the stage, he decides to just have her go around it instead. Yeah. And then not only that, but there are multiple scenes where Gamagori just has his whips and he just has them swinging at Ryuko, and that's it. That's like that for like minutes, and Ryuko just cuts away, and they're talking, and she's just cutting away, and it's not the choreography of the fight is just not good. It's just it's a mediocre fight, and I'll give them credit because during one of those tentacle cutting, whip cutting scenes, we do see one of the cut whips hit Gamagori, so that's foreshadowing for how he ends up losing. But even so, that doesn't change the fact that the choreography for the fight is just not good. Again, it's not bad, it's just not good. It's mediocre, it's just average, it's an okay fight. And in the end, Ryuko gets a power-up that we don't feel anything for, because we knew from the very beginning she was going to win anyway. So we didn't care about the situation. So her getting a power up just does not feel as epic as it did when she fought Satsuki. So she ends up getting that power up. Senketsu adapts to the situation, and she beats Gamagori by getting inside of him. But that's it. After Ira loses, he tries to commit seppuku. He tries to kill himself uh, with the knife. Just that's what seppuku is. And Satsuki actually stops him, so I guess she respects him more. She didn't really care when Tsunagayama lost. She was just kind of disgusted and just like, oh, Jesus Christ, this guy. But with Gamagori, she actually cared enough to stop him from committing suicide. So then again, Tsunagayama never tried to commit suicide. He was just pathetic. After he lost, he was just being pathetic. So, I don't know, but I just thought it was interesting that she actually cared enough about Ira to stop him from committing seppuku. But after that, Houka Inamuto, he steps up to face Ryuko, and that's it for the episode. That's how it ends. And again, I'm not really looking forward to the next episode either, because after this episode, I don't really have faith that the fight's going to be good. And I already know that the chances are Inamuto's going to lose. So, I mean, we don't know anything about his abilities, so maybe he'll... Well, then again, we didn't know anything about Tsunagayama's abilities until he fought Ryuko. He still got his butt kicked. So, I'm not really expecting much for next episode. My expectations are going to just stay low for now. But as for this episode, I guess I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I mean, that's being nice. I should give it a 6.5, but I'll give it a 7. Anyway, just because of the flashback with Satsuki and Ira, the scene with Satsuki actually stopping Ira from committing suicide. I guess because of those scenes, I'll just bump it up from a 6.5 to a 7, but that's really it. Kind of a disappointing episode, but cool nonetheless, I guess. The fight was okay. The flashback, Satsuki pretty much. Satsuki bumped the episode up. But that's it for now, you guys. Episode gets a 7 out of 10. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.